Or if you really want to get ripped off, you're going to buy them a house. Be stupid about it. That happens. A lot of people will buy them a house and a land, and then all of a sudden, when you're not needed anymore, and she has a bank account or a business somehow or a YouTube channel, like happened to what's his name, a few of them, a couple of them now. That British guy and Geo both, I think, are kind of pressured out of their situation, back on their own. So yeah, you can rip yourself off, and that can be a challenge, you know, because at some point you got to put your faith in somebody, and if you have a girlfriend that, you know, eventually, slowly, she's going to gain your trust. But then in the end, is she going to live up to what the deal was? You know, maybe when they get ahead, they really don't need you anymore, so they can rip you off that way and just move you right out of the house that you built. No matter, you know, you bought the land, you built the house and everything, you just don't own it anymore. Same as they can do in the U.S. pretty much. They can get you out of the house, you know. It's really no different. So that's a chance you always take. You take it in the U.S. too. You build your wife a house in the U.S., she can divorce you and take it too. So, but that's kind of a way you could get ripped off in the Philippines. It'd be really not a good idea to make any large investments while you're there, you know, for a very long time. You know, if you're there, you better be living with a girl for 3 or 4 years before you decide to even, you know, you're better off to rent a place where you're not going to be kicked out. Make it your place. Maybe not right next door to the family. If you're moving into the family compound with all the cousins and stuff around you, you can guarantee for sure you're going to be the ATM of the area. If there's no other Kano living there, and you're in an area where there's people that are, you know, the poor live right next to the well-to-do there, and just like they do here, there's really not a mix of class area where to live. So your neighbors will be really pretty destitute and poor, likely, you know, and they're gonna ask you for money. So yeah, it can all depend on where you're gonna move to. You can be more independent, then you have more choice of whether you're going to be turning them down for the request or not. But if you're living right there in the next door to the mom and dad, and you're walking through their yard every day, they're going to be wanting you to help pitch in for the family needs, just like they would expect their own children to do, you know. Well, it is their child with you, so that entitles them to your finances to a certain extent, you know. You're expected to chip in with family. It's an honor to do that there, so they all do it, and, you know, they all want to take care of their parents and stuff. So anything that comes up, you're gonna be the financial backer of it if it's big, you know. School supplies, big things that are important, you know. Anything that comes up, hospital bills, you know, for grandma or something, or sometimes they don't have Pampers for baby and they need milk and stuff. It can be quite pressing. So there's many ways to get ripped off in Asia, not just getting your phone snatched or your bag ripped off. You know, you're really not going to, as long as you stay out of the bars like me. I haven't been ripped off ever. I've traveled to Asia 8 times. I've never been ripped off in any of the legs or anything. Luckily, I never forgot anything. I try to take into account, and I have a zip-up pocket jacket on the inside. That's where I keep my phone, so nobody's going to rip that off. And I carry my money strap bag. That's this one right here. It straps to my waist. It's elastic. It's very comfortable, and my shirt goes over it, so nobody sees my money strap like this. Because they can come up with a sharp razor and just rip that right off you quickly and ride away on a motorcycle real fast. You know, I don't know if it happens somewhere places, not here so much, but I hear of it in Bangkok and other areas. So if you're traveling, it's good to keep your money out of you, keeping it from people's view, you know. Keep it under your shirt. That's where you put my passport in there. Passport, wallet, and you can put your phone. It's got 2 pockets, one for your phone, one for your wallet, and that's all. And your passport fits in the same one with your phone. So that's strapped to you, never lose it, you know. I've never had a problem, and it's always been there. You can put your keys and stuff in there too. So very important, I think, rather than carrying a backpack or man purse or anything like that. I think that man purse is a bad idea. You can get that strap caught on trikes and stuff and choke yourself too, or it can be cut or ripped right off you. If they're driving by on a motorcycle and it's around your neck, they don't care. They're going to take off and pull, and you're going to come off with it sooner or later. So yeah. Anyway, I've never been ripped off. I haven't brought girls home to my room, but yeah, you're just, the way you're going to get ripped off is probably willingly give it away or help somebody. It's not really a rip off, but yeah, if you can avoid the sad stories and weed out the ones that really need it from the ones that are going to become dependent on you, because always remember, those same people were probably just well off as before you came. They weren't well off, but they will make it just like they did before you came. But it's always good to show compassion too, and I try to. I've fed families and helped out whenever I figured it was real appropriate. I would do it just for the kids' sakes. If I had extra, I'd share. So yeah, it's something to consider. But yeah, you really ain't gonna get ripped off if you're smart about everything and you keep to yourself anyway. And if you're bringing somebody home, anybody, even if it ain't your girlfriend, if you're bringing somebody to your room, you better have a lock safe or really hide your stuff, your important stuff, really, really well. And it'd be better to have a lock safe. Or this place I'm staying in here, it has locked drawers, but I don't have a key to it. There's a couple of look like heavy oak drawers that nobody could open. If you had the key, I could be using those, but I don't. So my stuff, I don't really have much, but your passport, that's your gold, and you need that. So, and your money and cards and stuff. So, yeah, I won't be doing like the poor guy at the gate had to go up to the guard and tell him he'd been ripped off. Usually they'll watch, like a lot of the condos. If you bring a girl home, like when I had that Bangkok girl come visit me at my hotel when I was in Bangkok the first time I came, they took her ID when she went up. When she went up to the counter with me, they took her ID, and they wouldn't give it to her until they called the room. When she was leaving, they called the room and asked, is it okay to let her go? Is anything missing or anything like that? So they know that's a game, and the hotels, the condos will protect you from that. Apparently this one didn't. This one's kind of a free fall. You come and you go, and the guard lets a lot of people walk through. Even he lets the neighbors walk through because it's the beach access right here. It's real close. So the other condo renters across the street walk across and use this walkway too. So there's always people coming and going here. So yeah, well, that's just a few tips of mine to not get ripped off in Asia. Sorry this had to be 2 parts. My storage got full again. It just cut off again, so I figured I had to make an ending to it. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.